from every land to come together. Now is the moment for worship. We enter in, withholding nothing. God's worthy, exalted, so high and lifted up. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Open up your heart. Make a joyful noise in the sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Lavish him with love. May the praises sing in the sanctuary. Sing. Gotta open up your mouth and sing your praise. Open up your heart and sing your praise. Lift up holy hands, unashamed in the sanctuary. Gotta open up your mouth and sing your praise. Open up your heart and sing your praise. Lift up holy hands, unashamed. Sing, sing, sing. Gotta open up your mouth and sing your praise. Open up your heart and sing your praise. Lift up holy hands, unashamed in the sanctuary. Gotta open up your mouth and sing your praise. Open up your heart and sing your praise. Lift up holy hands, unashamed. Sing, sing, sing. Gotta open up your mouth and sing your praise. Open up your heart and sing your praise. Lift up holy hands, unashamed in the sanctuary. Gotta open up your mouth and sing your praise. Open up your heart and sing your praise. Lift up holy hands, unashamed. Sing, 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 sing. Sing unto the Lord. Open up your heart. Make a joyful noise in the sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Lavish it with love. Let our praises ring in the sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Open up your heart. Make a joyful noise in the sanctuary. Sing, sing unto the Lord. Lavish it with love. Make the praises ring in the sanctuary. Sing.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Welcome to the Unity Church of Hawaii, we're so happy to see you here this morning. Please take the moment to stand as you are able, and let's let it rise.
Let the glory of our God rise among us. Let the glory of our God rise among us. Let the praises that we sing rise among us. Let it rise. Let it rise. Let the songs that we sing rise among us. Let the songs that we sing rise among us. Let the joy of our being rise among us. Let it rise. Let it rise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let it rise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let it rise. Let the glory of our God rise among us. Let the glory of our God rise among us. Let the praises that we sing rise among us. Let it rise. Let it rise. Let the songs, oh, whoa, 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 let it rise. Trick me there. Let the songs that we sing rise among us. Let the joy of our being rise among us. Let it rise. Let it rise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let it rise. Whoa. With us. Here we go. Let the glory of our God rise among us. Let the glory of our God rise among us. Let the praises that we sing rise among us. Let it rise. Let it rise. Let the songs that we sing rise among us. Let the songs that we sing rise among us. Let the joy of our being rise among us. Let it rise. Let it rise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let it rise. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let it rise. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let it rise.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Aloha kakahiaka. Welcome to Unity Church of Hawaii. My name is Ann Valoron. I'm happy to serve as your platform assistant this morning. And it is a blessing to celebrate with you this morning. Thank you for being here. Well, here at Unity, we honor the many paths to God, especially the one that you're on. And we believe that there is only one presence and one power, active in the universe and in our life, God, the good omnipotence. And we know that God the good, that divine presence is alive within each one of us. Therefore, we are good. We are a blessing. It is who we are. We can't help it. It's what we're made of. I am a blessing of God. Let's affirm that together this morning. I am a blessing of God. And we know that's part of our holy purpose for being here, is to be a blessing. That's to use our gifts and our talents, all for the glory, all to uplift and encourage each other. Angela Davis says that we're here in purpose, on purpose, for a purpose. I am here on a holy purpose. Let's affirm that together this morning. I am here on a holy purpose. And Unity Principles tells us that we are co-creators with God, with the thoughts that we think, with the words that we proclaim, and with the divine inspired action. We are powerful co-creators of our life. Let's repeat the following affirmations together. I am a powerful co-creator of my life. I am a powerful co-creator of my life. I am a powerful co-creator of this world. I am a powerful co-creator of this world. Blessings are inside of me. Blessings are inside of me. Blessings move through me. Blessings move through me as me. As me. I am a blessing. Together, I am a blessing. Well, let's continue to celebrate the truth of who we are this morning. Let's share the love and shine the light of God by greeting and embracing 2 or 3 people right around us as we are able. Please remain standing as we sing our congregational song.
Creator, one Spirit, God, there is none like you. All of my days, I want to praise the wonders of your mighty love. My comfort, my shelter, tower of refuge and strength, let every breath, all that I am, never cease to worship you. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praises we bring. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Forever I'll love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have in you. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praises we bring. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Forever I'll love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have. Oh, shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praises we sing. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Forever I'll love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have. Nothing compares to the promise I have. Nothing compares to the promise I have in you.
All right, thank you, Zamar. Well, it's so good to be with all of you today. Thank you for being here First of all, I want to give a shout out to those who are watching us online, our love streamers. They may be watching on Lytle television. They may be watching on the New Thought channel. They may be watching us on our website. They could be watching us in many, many different ways. Let's turn and give them a shaka. We love you, and we greet you, and we know wherever you are, God is, that there is no distance between you and us, that there's only one power and one presence, and we welcome you into this sacred ohana. And then here we may have some first-time people or first time in a long time. Do we have any first time or first time in a long time? Would you honor us by standing, please? We want to give you a gift and a blessing. Thank you for being here. And up here also, thank you. And we have a kukui nut lei that we give you representing light, because you are the light of the world. And inside those packets is information about unity, and also a pass for breakfast. And if you don't mind remaining standing, we're going to give you a blessing, or you can stay seated. Either way, I'm okay. You know, let's extend our hands to these wonderful new people and everyone in between, and those love streamers who may be watching us for the first time. And repeat after me. We bless you. We know who you really are. You are the love and light of God. Here on this planet to do amazing things. And we are here to support you, to love you, to celebrate you. Welcome to Unity. Let's give them some love. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
All right, just a few of our community announcements. Community Talks is happening today at 1 o'clock in the chapel. Join the Community Talk team as they answer questions submitted to them via our website. And Unity All Believers Interfaith Ministry is presenting Learn a Meal with Eric Butler Monday, July 10th at 6:30. Our 80th anniversary planning meeting is happening on Tuesday, July 11th at 6 o'clock. And you may also pick up tickets for the anniversary celebration down in the courtyard. And Friday night, Ohana Movie Night, it is a must-see movie, I've heard, A Dog's Purpose, at 7 o'clock right here in the chapel. All that and so much more can be found in your bulletin, so keep that handy throughout the week, or you may visit our website, unityhawaii.org. All right, let's take a moment right now and settle in. Let's join our hearts together as we go forward in prayer. Let us pray.
Holy words, long preserved for our walk in this world, they resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Words of life, words of hope, give us strength, help us go in this world, where'er we roam. Ancient words will guide us home. Ancient words, ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Holy words of our faith, handed down to this age, came to us through sacrifice.
Oh, heed the faithful words of Christ. Holy words, long preserved for our walk in this world, they resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart, ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. On the screen above me are the words, the English words that come from the Aramaic Lord's Prayer. So as we open our hearts and open our intentions, we say these ancient words of prayer together in the spirit of our master teacher, Jesus. Father, Mother, birther and breath of all, create a space inside us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire then acts through ours as energy fills all forms. Give us physical and spiritual nourishment each day. Untangle the knots of error that bind us as we release others. Don't let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. Age to age, from you comes the glorious harmony of life. May these statements be fertile ground from which our future grows. Ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart.
The ancient words continue to show us the way, enhanced by the daily word of each day. Daily Word is a publication of Silent Unity. If you'd like a copy of Daily Word, they're available down in Connection Central. The Daily Word for Sunday, July 9th, 2017. Today's theme is faith. Our affirmation is, the seed of faith within me expresses through every choice I make. The seed of faith within me expresses through every choice I make. Let's speak this truth together. The seed of faith within me expresses through every choice I make. The message continues. When I consider the totality of life in its many expressions, I may feel overwhelmed. Jesus provided a teaching that encourages us to keep things in perspective. Faith, the size of a mustard seed. That tiny seed of faith within me consists of two words. God is. There is a power of infinite love and a spiritual dimension that embraces and transcends our limited human understanding. I plant that seed of faith and I nurture it daily with affirmations and careful, loving choices. Minute by minute, day by day, choice by choice, the infinite love and life of God expresses in every part of my life. Today's Bible verse is from Matthew 17:20. For truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. And nothing will be impossible for you. The seed of faith within me expresses through every choice I make. The reading is finished. And now I'd like to invite you into a time of meditation, if you will, getting comfortable in your chair. Invite you to put aside any physical items you might have brought with you. And also invite you to put aside any concerns, any worries, any doubts as well. Put them to the side. And when you leave this place, take your physical items, but you might want to leave those worries and doubts right where you put them. If you so choose, close your outer eyes and breathe. For it is the breath that takes us home to where we, God, and love are one. And love connects us as one. And in this space, we awaken to the truth of us, that we are divine beings, expressing our divinity so uniquely as our humanity. That each of us is here for a purpose. To express our God-given gifts from that place of divinity. To bring heaven here on earth and live the abundant life that we have been promised as the beloved of God. We step into the realm of infinite possibilities. Evermore embraced by God. Let us now take a few moments and rest in this place, the stillness. Now with a breath, we bring our attention back to this time and place. Awakening to the truth of us. Awakening to fulfill our infinite potential. Living truth as we know it to be, and being who we have come here to be. This is truth. We now claim it so.
An angel asked me, do you know who you are? The question and answer is not very far. The song of the sages, the knowledge of the ages, is the living where you reside. You have the key that unlocks all the doors to enter in that sacred place you haven't gone before, where deep meets deep and soul to soul. Feel that connection as the truth unfolds. You are the answer, yes, you are the key that unlocks the door to freedom and leads you to me. Look deep inside you, trust the force that guides you, it knows the way. There's no separation, we are one in the same. A child of the Creator, known by different names. The Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, that burns deep inside you. Do you know my name? I am. From the mountains to the sea, I am. From the rocks and the trees, I am. All the stars and constellations, I am. You are, I am. From the mountains to the sea, I am. To the rocks and the trees, I am. All the stars and constellations, I am. You are, I am. Love and light, yeah. I live in you and you live in me. From the very low to the heavens above, I am. There's no separation, we are one in the same. A child of the Creator, known by different names. The Alpha and Omega, the eternal flame that burns deep inside you. Do you know my name? I am. I am. I
Ryan Souza and the band, thank you. Wow. Well, the power of the month is understanding, and what we mean is spiritual understanding. A deep depth of knowing that you know. And Charles Fillmore said we have two ways to arrive at understanding. One is by blindly going forward and experiencing life and experiencing hard knocks and getting understanding that way. Or we can go deep within to our Christ presence and there find intuition, spiritual knowledge, spiritual understanding, all the understanding and wisdom that God is present in, through, and as us. It's up to us. Now, sometimes we like to take the hard way. I've done that at times. I have sometimes gotten in my car without consulting a map, without consulting GPS, and let's just see if I can find my way. And I have lots of interesting adventures that way. I may or may not get to my, desired destination, but I have a great time. Maybe that's how you want to live life, or maybe you would like to tune in to your inner GPS system. Your inner GPS is the spiritual understanding, and it is the key to liberation. Liberation from illusion, from error thinking. You may not realize that you have any error thinking. You may think that there are two ways of doing things. There's the wrong way and there's your way. But it could be that you have some blind spots. It just could be. It's in the realm of possibility. It could be that there may be some errors or some illusion involved in your consciousness. It just could be. I'm amazed that even though a number of times in my life I've experienced these heightened awareness and awakenings of seeing myself one with God and one with all humanity and one with all creation, knowing there is only love, light, peace, presence, the power and love of God living forth as me. And then a few minutes later, someone might text me or say something that will send me down some sort of spiral of thinking, wow, and I'll go off on a tangent. Have you ever done that? No? Okay, all right. Some of you have heard of the monkey mind. I like the term puppy mind. Have you ever seen a puppy? It's jumping and running around and sniffing and licking everything. That's how my mind sometimes is. And so I'll be in this state of oneness. Oh, what's that? Squirrel, Maybe your mind is somewhat like that. Understanding is the key of liberation, okay? So I want to show this picture of, maybe, is it clicking? Anyway, there we go. All right, let us wake up together. That's my title for today. Let us wake up together. That is, our true purpose is to wake up. Our true purpose is to assist other people in waking up. And so we are here to wake up. We're here to experience illumination, spiritual understanding. The real us is the Christ presence. The real us is God stuff. You see, there is no absence of God anywhere. Would you agree with that? Okay, some of you are still wondering, but we believe in unity, that there is only one power and one presence, active as my life and as the universe. God, the good omnipotence. There is only one presence, one power. This power of love, this power of ever-evolving creativity and presence, living forth as us. You are the self-livingness of spirit. So when you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning, you can recognize the divine looking back upon itself. Or you can be caught up in the illusion. Now, a lot of us at times are sleepwalking. Have you ever seen somebody who's in a dream and you can tell they're agitated or something in their dream? Maybe you've wanted to wake them up from their dream. Recently, I was standing outside of an apartment, and there was a gentleman who was carrying this bag, and he was running with this bag, and he kept looking behind him to, like, watching for the person chasing him. And he tripped, and the bag fell down onto the ground, and he's reaching for it. And I immediately recognize this person has stolen this bag, and I need to grab this bag from him. And the person that he's stolen it from is on their way. And if I can fight him off just long enough for that person to show up, and I'm getting ready to fight, and he's getting up and he's ready to fight, and I'm going to defend this bag, and I can feel there's a wallet in it, and I'm thinking somebody wants this bag. And then I hear this voice, Tim, why are you shaking? Tim, wake up. Tim, wake up. Because I was having a dream. But when I was in the dream, I thought it was real. So real that, I was wrestling and getting ready to fight in bed, And maybe it was a good thing. Well, I woke my wife up by doing all the shaking and so forth. And maybe it was a good thing she woke me up before I hit somebody, right? Or got hit. Some of us are so caught up in our story, so caught up in our dreams, so caught up in our illusion, we have forgotten who we really are. We get caught up in the struggle, we get caught up in the soap opera, And it's so easy, isn't it? As I've said before, people have a soap opera going on and they come to us wanting us to audition for a part in their soap opera. And sometimes I'm in the middle of it before I even knew I had auditioned. And I'm all stirred up and I'm all worked up. And then I stop and I take a deep breath. And, you know, this used to just go on for years. And then I got it cut down to a month. And then maybe a week. And then a day. And now, you know, many times in a few minutes I can recognize I'm in someone else's soap opera. Why? Do I want to be in this soap opera? It's my choice. It is my choice whether to be in this or not. I can't tell you how many times someone has come to me, well, I can't help the way I feel because so-and-so acts such and such a way. Really? Other people have the power to control how you feel? Why do you give your power over to other people? Why do you give your power over to circumstances? Why do you give your power over to the illusion, to the soap opera? Now, if you're conscious that you're in the soap opera and want to be in the soap opera, great. Enjoy yourself. We will all watch and applaud. But what we are asking of you is to wake up together. There's only one thing better than waking up, and that's waking up together. We are here to awaken to what is real, to what is true, and spiritual understanding is the key to that. So I want to share some scriptures with you. Let me read this to you in case you can't see it. When the light shines, it exposes even the dark and shadowy things and turns them into pure reflections of light. This is why they sing, "Awake, you sleeper, rise from your grave, and the anointed one," that is the Christ, "will shine on you." And this is from Ephesians chapter 5, from a contemporary version called The Voice. So we are called to wake up, and one of the first components of waking up is looking at that stuff we've submerged, that stuff we call the shadow side. When I first went into what's called clinical pastoral education, I got a nickname. My nickname in clinical pastoral education is like in a hospital or in a prison. It's a chaplain residency, and you go through very intense processes and very tough scrutiny, and you have peer supervision and individual supervision. It's like psychotherapy on steroids plus doing the work of a chaplain in a very clinical setting. And so when I first went into clinical pastoral education called CPE, they came up with a nickname for me. And my nickname was Shadow Man. Growing up, and I bless the church I grew up in, learned a lot of amazing things there, but growing up in that particular church, I learned to suppress stuff. I learned to deny stuff. I mean, deny that it was there, you know? Like in the church I grew up in, it was not okay to be angry. You could be righteously indignant. But you could not be angry. You know, so we would learn to suppress this stuff, and we would see that as dark, and we just want to focus on the light. But as this indicates, when the light shines, it exposes even the dark and shadowy things and turns them into pure reflections of light. That means even your dark stuff turns into light when you embrace it, when you hold it, when you allow it to transform and transmute in the presence of Spirit instead of being afraid of it. That way, it's not coming out sideways, hurting other people, and you being in denial about how you're acting. In the church I grew up in, they believed in two definite works of grace. The first one was regeneration, being saved. The second one was being sanctified holy. And in being sanctified holy, all the proclivity, all the tendency, all the drawing to sin was supposedly taken away. So, since anger or other things were considered to be a sin, and one claimed to be sanctified holy, therefore one could not be angry, and they had to be in denial about how mean they were to other people. And on top of that, and I love my family dearly, but we learned how to keep things secret. Did you grow up in a family like that? Some of you may have. If any of you have ever grown up in a family where there is alcoholism, I guarantee you, you have learned how to keep secrets and how to be in denial. I guarantee it. So, one of the first steps to understanding is embracing and bringing to light those shadowy parts of ourselves and awakening. Here's another scripture from Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And now consider this, you know well the times you are living in. It is time for you to wake up and see what is right before your eyes. For salvation is nearer to us now than when we first believed. And that could be taken a couple of ways. It could be closer to us than when we first had faith, or it could be closer to us than when we first thought. So, consider this. You know the times. It is time for us to wake up. I believe our culture, our world, is ready and geared for a huge waking up. Not everyone is ready for it. That's why I think there is so much polarization in our country and in our world. So much argumentation, so much dissension. It's a chemicalization process. Do you know the word chemicalization? How many people here are familiar with that term? Okay. Chemicalization is a word that is talked about by Emily Katie, thank you, in Lessons in Truth, and is very much a part of Unity teachings. Chemicalization, did any of you ever do a science experiment where you had a glass of vinegar and then you put baking soda in it? Any of you ever do that? What happened? It reacted. It started foaming, right, and all that, and it was great fun to do in my mom's kitchen and just see it go everywhere. That's the chemicalization process. When old, entrenched ideas, errors, ways of looking at things, that is the belief in separation, the belief in lack, the belief in someone or something is against me, when that is confronted with the truth of there being only one power and one presence, chemicalization often happens. I have noticed when I try to take away someone's excuse, chemicalization occurs because they're very attached to their excuse. All of us are. We love our excuses. We love them, you know? And we're willing and ready to give them out to others. Chemicalization is when error is confronted with truth. And so when we wake up, we confront and see and can be aware of what the truth is that's going on. Do you believe everything you think? Do you? I mean, if you believe everything that you think, that's scary, first of all. Part of the awakening process is being able to be aware of what you're thinking and assessing it to see, is it true? Is it good? Is it something that's helpful to somebody else? That's part of the awakening process and bringing it to light. All right, here's a whole bunch of stuff. We probably need a bigger screen on this one. Okay, this comes from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4. I'm not going to go through all of this. But you see up here is the transliteration, the English form of the Sanskrit. And you see this real long word that begins with Janana. See that? Janana. Second line down over here on the right. Janana means spiritual understanding or knowledge. Spiritual understanding or knowledge. And what this says, and these are the definitions, spiritual understanding that is the weapon of the self, the Atmana, the Atman. Ever heard of the Atman? That's the true self, the real self, the highest self. And so this scripture says, therefore the doubts which have arisen in your heart out of ignorance should be slashed by the weapon of knowledge. Armed with yoga, O Bharata, stand and fight. Bharata was a king, and this is being spoken to one of his descendants. And so doubts and those errors can be, and ignorance can be slashed by spiritual understanding, yoga. I want to say something about yoga. This comes from Matthew chapter 11, verse 29, and this is Jesus speaking. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest in your souls. Do you know where we get the word yoke? Do you know where that word comes from? Right, yoga. If you take it far enough back to the Sanskrit, it comes from the word yoga, okay? Because it means a discipline. It means something you're taking upon yourself. Yoga is not just, fancy positions. Yoga initially was designed for spiritual awakening. Movement was part of it. Breath was part of it. Chanting was part of it. Meditation was part of it. Yoga was a path and is a path of realization and awakening. And there's many different forms of yoga. So, read this verse this way. Take my yoga upon you and learn from me. Jesus is inviting us to take on that spiritual understanding. Here again from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka 38. In this world there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism. And one who has achieved this enjoys the self within himself or herself in due course of time. And the translator, Srila Prabhupada, says, when we speak of transcendental knowledge, we do so in terms of spiritual understanding. As such, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Ignorance is the cause of our bondage, and knowledge is the cause of our liberation. So, if you want to wake up from ignorance, there are ways we can do that. And we're going to be continuing to look at that this month. How do we wake up? Now, when my wife woke me up from that dream, I was not necessarily happy. Well, for one thing, I was finally getting some good sleep. I was able to sleep in because, all this coming back and forth and time changes, my biological clock is just being goofed up. And so, for one thing, I was wanting to sleep more. But secondly, I wanted to know how the dream would turn out. Would I be able to hold off the guy? Would the right person get their bag and their wallet back? Or could I have misunderstood? Maybe this person was trying to protect their own bag and someone was chasing them. That didn't occur to me until I woke up. Now, I wasn't particularly happy at first when I woke up, but then I was glad to be able to be objective and to see the truth. It's not always fun to wake up. It's not always fun to wake up and to get this clarity of, oh, wow, I don't have to believe everything I think. I don't have to give my power over to other people, because that takes away our excuses. Then we realize we are responsible for our own lives. The invitation to wake up is the invitation to grow up. The invitation to wake up is the invitation to grow up. Are you ready to wake up? Awesome. There's quite a few of you who are. Now, some of you maybe weren't ready for the question, and I'll give you a second chance. Just in case that went too fast. Are you ready to wake up? Ooh. Ooh. I can feel it. I can feel it in this field that there is consciousness that is awakening, and we are waking up together. Let's do this together. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. Time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up, all the teachers. Time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. They're the ones who's coming up, and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, just you and me. Wake up, all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hell. But they don't last so very long before the judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up, all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our mind. Surely things will work out, but they do all the time. The world won't get much better if we just let it be. The world won't get no better. You gotta make the change, just you and me. The world won't get no better if we just let it be.
Thank you, Ryan. All right. It's time for the offering. Yay! Some of you are going, what? We're just waking up to the fact that we have so much abundance. We have so much to circulate. We have so much blessing. Do you wake up thankful every morning? I hope you do, because there is so much for which to be grateful. And our offerings, our tithes, are a way to circulate our abundance, to circulate our joy. I mean, you may be love streaming, but hey, there's a donate button. We want you to be part of this too, because we have the opportunity to circulate our good. To me, it's exciting. It's exciting, you know? And so as we take this offering to our heart, take a deep breath and repeat after me. I bless this offering. I give in joy. And I am blessed abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Amen.
The Spirit is here and the power is real.
Oh, yeah.
Anything can happen and it probably will. Something very good, something good is going on around here.
I feel it. There's a light that shines to make the dark disappear. Power of the word, but there's nothing to fear.
Nope.
Something really good, something good is going on around here. This is a church on fire. This is a Holy Spirit place. We have a burning desire to live in God's holy name. Let the fire burn in every heart to light the way, defeat the dark. Let the flame of love burn higher.
This is a church. This is a church on fire.
Spirit is here and the power is real. Anything can happen and it probably will. Something very good, something good is going on around here.
There's a light that shines to make the dark disappear.
Oh, yeah.
Power of the word, but there's nothing to fear. Something very good, something good is going on around here. This is a church on fire. This is a Holy Spirit place. We have a burning desire to live in God's holy name. Let the fire burn in every heart to light the way, defeat the dark. Let the flame of love burn higher. This is a church. This is a church on fire. This is a church on fire. This is a Holy Spirit place. We have a burning desire to live in God's holy name. Let the fire burn in every heart to light the way, defeat the dark. Let the flame of love burn higher. This is a church. This is a church on fire. Something very good, something good is going on around here. Something very good, something good is going on around here. Something very good, something good is going on around here.
All right, thank you, Zamar. That was great. Woo. So as we extend our hands to this offering, we bless this offering in the consciousness that it represents infinite substance of which there is no lack or limitation. Knowing that we are circulating the divine good as our lives, and we are so joyful to be a part of life, to be life and love and the presence of God expressing. And so we bless this offering, and we bless our lives for this week, knowing that we are going forth to do amazing things. And for all of this, we give thanks. And so it is. Amen. Amen. All right. Thank you. Oh, yes, we have a little video to show about, we had a special time Friday night. We had a special get-together. A lot of you were able to come. Here's a 1-minute video that encapsulates just a little bit of it.
It exceeded my wildest dreams, truly, but never did I expect the crowd that we had. We originally set up all the tables with just chairs in the back, and it soon became apparent we need to put chairs in the front because we were going to have a capacity crowd.
The food was amazing. Everybody was very thoughtful about vegetarian and vegan foods, which is amazing.
Joyous occasion together as we celebrate together.
I really think this was an amazing party.
Unity of Hawaii rocks.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? We had a great time. We had a great time. We thank Robin for putting that video together. And so if you missed it, hey, we're going to have more potlucks. We're going to have more times to get together because we're going to have lots of things to connect, classes, social times. So continue to stay tuned in to see what's going on. Let's stand together and join hands as we sing, "Let There Be Peace on Earth," and "Aloha Oe."
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment